Okay, welcome to the original tank. This is a Biocube 32 from Coralife. I bought this brand new at the peak of COVID, or really just before, and this became my COVID hobby and has remained one. So this tank has had some iterations, but it is still very much the centerpiece of my aquarium hobby here. So there are some modifications to this tank that I'd like to go over with you. We can start with some of the equipment. Let's open up. This tank is being intentionally done as a LPS tank, focused mostly. You can see some of the hammers and the Goniopora elegance. That's kind of the pinpoint. Also some Gorgonians, although there's plenty of SPS in here too. Looking along, the first thing you'll see that's different is the lighting. So I still use the stock lighting. Stock lighting has done quite well to grow virtually anything, but the boost that I've added here are two light strips in the actinic range from a company known as 21 LED USA. Very responsive, very nice company. Seems to be a solo guy. Each of those adds approximately 40 par to the bottom of the tank. It really pops the color in the tank. Before, this tank seemed to be kind of okay, I'm at nighttime mode and I'm gonna have the moon lights on, and it didn't really have any coral pop. Now it does. So this was a big addition. Very inexpensive, these. You get them shipped to you for under $25 each, plus any power adapters you might need. They are dimmable, I think. I've never tried it. I didn't buy the equipment to do so. But something to ask the folks, a very nice gentleman at 21 LED USA. Going through the back, 3 chambers. In the back 3 chambers. Not the prettiest situation back there, but we have our heater and a small 3-watt UV. It's actually a green killing machine UV. Does seem to help a little bit on cyanobacteria. It doesn't seem to get rid of my, there's a better look at it. A better look at the UV. Doesn't seem to affect any of the microfauna, so that's good. I have the very essential, and now going on 5 years of service, in-tank media rack. In-tank makes fantastic products. This is the way to do filtration on your Biocube 32. In here there are 3 shelves. There's space for, as you can see, in the very top, filter floss. Below it are 2 chambers where you put media. I put Chemi Pure Elite and Purigen. Change them every 3 months, and it forces the water down this column to the bottom and then through the media. The stock Biocube system didn't force it through media at all. It kind of just sat there like in the flow. Next to it is a Tunes 9001 skimmer. Still a bit mixed in this skimmer. It does fit quite well with only one minor modification. You have to knock out a little blade of plastic that was right here. Then when you do, you get this adorable little cup, and that pulls all the nasties out the water. It does function. It pulls very wet, and you can tell that it is doing something, but it is not doing the same amount that you had maybe expected from another tank. Another skimmer. This tank, kind of intentionally, because I have no other choice, does run at between 20 and 25 nitrate parts per million. And our chamber 3, utility chamber. We have a holder that holds the ATO and the outflow from our Tropic Marin 1-part mix. You'll see a rig there for the ATO. That is a older version from Tunes 3152. It's a single eye method. Don't recommend it if you can avoid it. The part you can't see down there is underneath all that equipment. There is a large amount of biomedia, some of it quite old, largely export cubes. Wow, I'm losing it. Export cubes, just pumice stones, large items that can carry a lot of surface area. Okay. This tank has a little bit less, and this cabinet is filled with the entirety of my hobby of reefing. So instead, a lot of the materials on the outside, some of it not terribly clean, but we'll get there. Here's the ATO reservoir. It's only 2.5 gallons. And that 2.5 gallons can last 3 weeks. Quite a long time, really. Then over here is a single Chemor X1 pump to pump the ready-made liquid of Tropic Marin Alpha Reef into the tank. This tank only takes about 16 or 17 milliliters every day. There is everything plugged in here. This very, very badly in need of cleaning device here is a universal or uninterruptible power supply, a UPS module. It does supply power for everything I'm running here for up to about 45 minutes if there's a power cut. And I could maybe stretch that out to 2 hours if I'm here and just got it down to only the return pump. The controller you see right on top there is a J-Bow Special that runs their smallest version of a power head, or not power head, a wave maker. It's a nice little wave maker, does its job in this tank. It says it's controllable. You'll tear your hair out if you try to understand, but just set it and let it run. It seems to work perfectly fine. And the last one I'll point out, I don't know if they're even still available to purchase, but on my return pump, I have an attachment there that uses the power of the water to spin 360 and thus create some randomness. So combined with the randomness there and randomness from the wave maker, we get some decent water flow, certainly for a small LPS tank. So we'll go over the animals that are in here later, but quick overview of the hardware. All right, thanks. Please subscribe.